No real time for an intro, but I'll tell you what there is time for. As soon as I get it all pulled up, of course. There is time when I pull this down for the Pokemon Presents for 30 years of it. Oh, shoot, ad. Only 1 minute ad before the stuff really begins. I did not think about the ad thing because I only got here so soon and I don't know how long the thing's going to last. Crap. And anyone who subscribed anyway doesn't have to worry about any ad stuff. And I hate the ad thing as it is. There should not be any ads. I'm already playing a minute one. You know, I think I'll turn that off right now. Hopefully turning it off means there won't be any more ads. Not while this is going. I'm about to unmute this. Not much longer. So, I won't be playing any sounds right now, neither, just because of the timing, but hello to Sarnathium, and hello to Real Proto Mike. I had said, after being a little coerced, which that's no one's fault but mine, and there's no fault to be had, into co-streaming the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, and the Pokemon Day celebrating both things. I'm glad I'm able to. And how will they celebrate it? That's how it all started. Oh no, that's not. That felt more like gold and silver. But then it got bigger and bigger. To the point of being rendered in 3D graphics for the mainline games. And then I stopped playing. So many different versions. Or languages, rather.
Hello everyone. I'm Ishihara from the Pokemon Company.
And
Today,
there's everyone's favorite
February
electric mouse.
Is Pokemon Day.
Or a lot of
This
people's
is the
favorite
date
electric
the
mouse.
Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games were first released in Japan, marking the beginning of the Pokemon series. In those first two titles, 151 Pokemon made their appearance.
And so many of them legendary.
Now, a total of 1,025 Pokemon have been discovered. And these diverse Pokemon have been part of the stories trainers worldwide have been able to experience.
That
This
music
year
is
marks the
iconic
Pokemon
too.
series' 30th, a milestone reached because of your support.
And no
Thank
more
you,
Satoshi
each and
slash
every one of you.
Ash.
We hope you will all enjoy seeing how Pokemon continues to evolve. In today's broadcast, we'll share all the latest news about Pokemon. Please enjoy the presentation.
Pikachu is still oh so adorable. And hello, Mindy8712. You're just in time for all this. That was the first Pokemon I ever had. Red version. It was a time when Uncle Shaq and I shared the stuff. So is that Lego? What is that there? Different pictures of the games on not real Game Boy stuff. Game music collection.
I'm Junichi Masuda, and I handled the music and sound effects for the Pokemon Red version and Pokemon Blue version video games. You can now play all 45 songs from the games on the small player inspired by the Game Boy system. We took particular care to make the audio sound just like Game Boy, so I hope you enjoy listening while swapping out cartridges.
That's available starting today, but is that worth? That's surely a collector's item.
Hello, Pokemon trainers, and happy Pokemon Day. I'm Chris Brown from the Pokemon Company International.
Chris Brown? I'm kidding.
About the 2026 Pokemon World Championships, which will be taking place alongside our new fan experience, Pokemon XP in San Francisco.
I know someone who helps referee the card games for this.
Welcome nearly 3,000 competitors from all over the world. Competitors in the video game championships will battle for the first time in Pokemon Champions, while their fellow competitors will battle in the Pokemon trading card game, Pokemon Go, and Pokemon Unite. Each of the final
I forget Go is actually competitive.
At the Chase Center, an arena that's 3 times the size as last year's finals. Years ago, we started on a mission to create the most exciting Pokemon event for our competitors and their families. As the World Championships evolved, we saw an opportunity to expand even further and deliver a one-of-a-kind experience where trainers around the world can come together in celebrating their fandom. As we celebrate 30 years of Pokemon, we invite all of you to the inaugural Pokemon XP event. Fans of all ages can expect fun activities, including interactive exhibits, pin trading, cosplay showcases, unique panels, hands-on workshops, exciting partner collaborations, and of course, visiting the Pokemon Center pop-up store. To celebrate this new experience, today we're giving you a first look at a truly special piece of art illustrating Pokemon XP alongside the highly anticipated World Championships.
That's some art right there. Who here has been to or wants to go to such events here?
Or from home on our live stream, we can't wait to see you this August.
That motorcycle was ridiculous. I agree. And I think that one was appropriate to have a real motorcycle out of, the more futuristic looking of the two. Now, I ain't getting to this, but I know at least one person who has. Who's here anyway? Glurak. In what language is Charizard called Glurak, I wonder? And I never understood the spirits of the lake in Sinnoh. Darkrai and not Lunatone, that's the rock. I forget. Cresselia, that's the name, Cresselia. Then I saw a Korean for one of those. Look at the shine on the Mews. Mew and Mewtwo. So, Pokemon trading card game releasing simultaneously? What does that mean about the Pokemon trading card game we have? That Pokemon trading card game Pocket, is that different? And how did I get pulled back into Pokemon Go?
A huge range of Pokemon that have appeared in Pokemon Go so far will return. And there's a 2-day Pokemon Go tour event starting tomorrow.
Oh,
We also
hell.
have a promo code to share.
Go toward Kalos. I could actually do something about that on Sunday, but I don't know if I want to.
Here.
The original red. Not just the modern, but the original red.
Let your curiosity shine! Like a twinkling star!
Who's playing any Pokemon Masters? 6.5 years for that.
EX.
Who's been playing any of that? While not for me, it does look cute. Are they... Oh no, it's Pokemon Cafe Remix. I would never know that. All the first partner Pokemon from each region. And chef outfits and new mons. Anyone playing Pokemon Cafe Remix? And it's available on Switch 2 as well. Who's been using Pokemon Sleep? Riolu was adorable there. Oh, Mew. Mew is adorable. So can be Riolu. I can't consider Pokemon Sleep myself. That felt very, very Italian there.
To celebrate Pokemon
Who's
Day,
playing Pokemon
Zapdos,
Unite?
Moltres, and Articuno will be joining the fray. The magnificent power of the 3 legendary bird Pokemon comes together. Soar stylishly into battle. You can participate in the event to unlock their Unite licenses. And even more Pokemon are scheduled to be added. Don't miss what's coming.
Someone I know, they'd probably be keeping up with this right now as it is. Electrode Volleyball World Tour. Oh, within Unite. That's different. Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket. So then what's with the actual trading card game coming mobile worldwide? What makes that in Pocket different? There's so much I don't know because I haven't gone through Scarlet or Violet. Or Sun or Ultra Moon. Special accessories every day for 30 days. Pokemon Coliseum or Pokemon... Or is it now the time for Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness? I thought that was available, has it not been? And it has been said that it's coming to Switch 2, Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. So there it is. But I'd like for Coliseum to be there as well, not just XD. But if only I had gone through this and Coliseum like they deserved. I put in time, but I never finished neither of them. So it'll show up next month, which is very, very close. But no exact day.
Hello everyone, I'm Utsunomiya from the Pokemon Company. I'd like to give you all some additional updates as we share the latest news on our games. First off, we have information regarding the Pokemon Fire Red version and Pokemon Leaf Green version games coming to Nintendo Switch.
Not being able to trade up
Pokemon
to
Fire Red
modern
and Pokemon
stuff,
Leaf Green games,
perhaps.
remakes of the Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games in Japan, were released on Game Boy Advance in 2004. Today, these games have been made available to play once more as download-exclusive titles on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2.
And not the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack.
We also plan to make these titles compatible with Pokemon Home in the future.
Okay.
This way, you can bring Pokemon obtained in other Pokemon RPG series titles on adventures with you, or you can send Pokemon to visit Pokemon Champions. We hope you look forward to
Okay.
it.
So it will be happening in the future, they say.
Next, we have
That
some news about
is
Pokemon
worth something.
Champions.
That is absolutely worth something. Looked like a wrestler there. So phone or Switch. Either way is Pokemon Champions. I don't know if I'd have the mind to turn-based battles like this against people. I need more active. So for me, it'd be more about Pokken Tournament. I would not enough remember Mega Dragonite there. How convenient and exciting would that be to have a whole bus full of people just casually breaking out Pokemon champions? What goes on here? This is not from me. Nothing happened on my end. It's from the Pokemon Present stream back soon. What in the world? I broke them? Me? But I'm not even huge into Pokemon these days like I had been. All the way from Kanto to Kalos. I was only big into Pokemon back then. How could I break this? Is it because of my falling off? Has my not keeping up with main Pokemon games and some big spin-offs, the Legends games in particular, has my lack of faith in the games caused this to break? Because this is actually pretty bad. I feel bad about it. And I'm getting so much vitriol. I understand it. I accept it. I don't like it, but I get it. Make Nintendo go out to kick rocks. Nintendo or the Pokemon Company? Because making Nintendo kick rocks, there's a different reason for that. No real celebration for the 40th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda. That's for Nintendo to kick rocks right now. But this is more of a Pokemon thing. So I don't need the Pokemon Company to go kick rocks. And which Charlie Brown music playing with their heads down? Which Charlie Brown music? Because I can't think of the music that plays with Charlie Brown with his head down. All I can think of is a theme called Linus and Lucy. The one that goes do 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 do. I only know that theme by not necessarily heart, but just what it is. No celebration for Star Fox either. That is a heartbreaker. At present, though, we are getting Wild Blue Skies. So, okay, it's not 10 minutes, but it was saying 10 minutes. Something's going on somewhere. There must be too many people watching this and it's crashing their servers. That's the only thing I can think of for real. But people here have a different theory in mind that I've caused the breakage. And honestly, it's an honor to think that something about me would cause such a disaster here in trying to get news about this 30 years of Pokemon and all kinds of stuff happening. And I'm sure it's not just happening here. Also, Pokemon.com. Also, the YouTube stream is still up? Okay, that totally tells me I'm wrong. So then why is Twitch messing up? Okay, we're going back through all this here. I can't think.
Champions. We hope you look forward to it.
So they've decided to rewind a little.
Next, we have some news about Pokemon Champions.
Now we're restarting this. Guess it is there. Christmas time is here. Japan's or Pokemon fans? Because I figure a Dragon Quest time, especially Dragon Quest Day this year. I figured that would be more of a Christmas time thing than Pokemon, but I don't know if one is bigger there than the other or if they're both just plain huge. I almost would have thought this could have been not as big as Dragon Quest, if not by the legacy, but this is still a massive legacy. She got embarrassed, but then she saw that everyone was playing on that bus. Sad music from Charlie Brown when they walked sad. I'll have to go look up what song that's called then. Why don't I remember anything about a Mega Raichu? That's probably what broke the stream. Mega Raichu and that kid winning. That's probably what broke the stream on Twitch anyway. The Switch version is coming in April, mobile later this year. And champions versus champions. That's what breaks the stream.
Next up is
Champions
news about
versus
the
champions.
Mega Dimension DLC for the Pokemon Legends ZA game, the newest title in the Pokemon series.
One that
Please
I
take a
don't
look at this
have.
video.
And I don't know if I'm gonna get or when. People surely love them some Mega Evolutions. There's plenty of Mega Evolutions to be had here right now. Like a lot of Mega Evolutions. Then the space got all weird. I do recognize some of them by name. Why should legendaries have Mega Evolutions though? And what a different Mega Lucario there. Those look like marbles for real. Have the Mega Stones always looked like marbles and I didn't realize it? What Mega Lucario and what Mega Salamence are they? Then a Mega Garchomp. It has a Mega Garchomp not been a thing apparently, or a Mega Garchomp C. I swear Mega Garchomp's been a thing. If I'm wrong, please tell me. What fire it spewed. Such particle effects. And what Draco Meteor. Now you can buy Mega Dimensions. That is rather exciting. And a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of ZA.
A new Mega Evolution of Garchomp, Mega Garchomp Z, has been discovered. This mystery gift will become available for the Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC after this presentation concludes. After claiming this gift, you'll be able to detect a special hyperspace distortion where you can encounter Mega Garchomp Z. You can obtain a Garchompite Z stone by winning a battle against Mega Garchomp Z in the special pocket of hyperspace.
For how long, though?
Next up, we have some news about Pokemon Pokopia.
I know some people are excited for that, too. Do we have a release date? I didn't think this. Cubes. And apparently this is from devs of Dragon Quest Builders, I learned. So that's kind of a something there. That looks like Rotom right there. I feel like it could be Rotom. Or it would deserve to be Rotom. Listen to that Pallet Town music. It is Rotom. Stereo Rotom.
Is that curious-looking stereo of Rotom?
Rotom,
Did
then.
you get enticed by the music and hop inside? It's really energetic and seems to go by DJ Rotom. What happens if you give it a CD in the game?
But where's Olivine Lighthouse? That's what I need. Olivine Lighthouse / Mount Silver. Okay, this is on Twitch itself.
It can help liven up the town with a variety of music. Ditto and the others are grooving to the beat too. Let's listen to DJ Rotom's specially selected tracks while I introduce you to the world of Pokemon Pokopia.
What's a song you need DJ Rotom to
Ditto
play
first
then?
encounters Professor Tangrowth in a wasteland that was once a town.
I didn't realize
Seems
Professor
like Ditto is
Tangrowth.
working alongside other Pokemon to develop the town. Wow, they're sure fired up.
Long and
Of
stretchy
course,
arms.
You can't give your all on an empty stomach. It looks like Riolu wants something to eat too. But how do you cook?
There's cooking in the game. And Zarn is ready for Mega Dimension.
Huh? That's Silhouette.
I forget the name. But there's someone who can cook. Maybe I don't know the name Greedent.
A Greedent appeared. It sounds like everyone calls it Chef Dente.
Greedent.
Chef
Dente. Makes
can teach
sense.
you how to cook all sorts of dishes.
Zarn thinks they might have improved the
Each
graphics
Pokemon
since
has
the first
different foods
reveal.
they prefer.
There's Curry
Some
again.
dishes will even power up your moves when you eat them. This will make it even easier to develop the town. Try bringing Pokemon you've befriended on an outing. In multiplayer mode, you can visit other players' towns. You can play with up to 3 other people. First, let's play some
I'm
hide
sorry,
and seek.
Proto Mike.
I wonder where everyone's
Mike thought they
hiding.
improved the graphics. I'm sorry, Zarn. I misread that.
There you are.
And I'm sorry for getting the name wrong, Mike. I
There's
apologize.
someone here, too. But where's the last one?
They're a tree.
Whoa! You can transform into objects, too.
Objects
That
and
was
not
a
just
fun game
Pokemon.
of hide and seek.
That's a powerful Ditto right there to become objects and really camouflage into the
By working
environment.
together, you could even build something this big.
You can make a whole Ditto.
Together, you can develop a town. Or go on far-off adventures. New encounters may await you as well.
Pretty big here.
Every day, the world gets bigger and bigger. Developing a town. one
Michael
step at a
Ditto
time.
in the Zarnathium.
Pokemon Pokopia. Available on March 5th.
Oh, damn, next week. It's that close. Now available for pre-order for next week, next Thursday. And if you buy within the year, or close enough to it. What? Why don't I remember Koei Tecmo having a hand in this? Why did I not remember Koei Tecmo as a hand in this?
Pokemon Pokopia releases next week on Thursday, March 5th.
The land is about the
Hope you
same as
enjoy working
DQ
with
Builders
Pokemon
2.
to develop a town from the ground up. Today, we covered all of the information you see here.
A whole lot of stuff.
We'd like to end our presentation today with one final video for you all. Thank you for tuning in.
Is it the next mainline Pokemon games? This game is not yet rated. So could it be a teaser for the next mainline games? Very Japanese looking. Or was that just art? And I saw Pokeblocks there. Various places around here feels like. There's that curry again. A horror game in the world of Pokemon. And a real furry Pikachu there. I don't know if they'd ever consider a horror game unless it was like Luigi's Mansion style horror. That is adorable there. all dressed up like that. But I have no idea what to make of it. Okay. Here we are with stuff. Mainline Pokemon. Does it look to be on the same level graphically as Legend ZA? And Pokemon continue to appear in the world for sure. It's okay for that to be happening. What kind of region will this be based on, or what part of the world? Sure, tropical, and they're starters. Looks like a grass bird, fire lion, and a water lizard. Brute, Pombon, Gakwa. I don't know if it's Brute or Brute or something. They look like a dragon Pokemon up in the gray clouds in the top right. Fel thinks this looks better than Legend CA here. But this was very appropriate and necessary to tease. Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Seas, or Waves, that's all right. Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves. The world will get them exclusively on Switch 2 next year. There's no red version of those, though. It doesn't feel like. And Fel wants that gecko. All right, that will do it for Pokemon Presents then. And there was plenty of news to be had, and I couldn't keep up with the catch up of it all, but no doubt at all, that was the biggest thing. And given today, it makes sense. And hello to Infernal Felidae. I think I can mute this in, take it off now, it's all done. So, did anyone get anything worthwhile out of that Pokemon Presents? Because there was plenty of news to be had about it. I almost wonder, what's a bigger deal than the fact that we have first looks at the new hotness to come next year? Or that Pokopia is just a week away? Or something else that I missed? Pokemon Champions will be happening for the Switch, if not Switch 2, I forget if it's Switch 2 or just the Switch, on April, and mobile will be happening sometime. And sometime next month, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness will be available for Nintendo Switch 2 online expansion pack owners or subscribers. And much to everyone's happier surprise, or relief rather, Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, as they are on the Switch and Switch 2, the ones you got to spend $20, eventually there will be a way to take those Pokemon and put them in the Pokemon Home. So that is a relief right there. Those are probably some of the biggest things I could glean from the Pokemon Presents here. So let me catch up with what everyone's saying here, what they enjoy here. Everyone thinks that Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves looks better than ZA, which is nice to know. I almost wonder if part of it could be because there's not a Switch 1 and Switch 2 version. This looks like it'll only be Switch 2. And next year, perhaps, it'll make a little sense. But I gotta say right now, Nintendo still putting out games for the Switch 1 feels a bit unheard of given their history. They tend to move on pretty fast from their old hardware to their new hardware, and that's not been happening with the Switch 2. So that's pretty nice to see. I wonder if this is the beginning of the end of Switch game support, and they want to go more Switch 2. Because I didn't see a Switch 1 icon for Winds and Waves. But Fel definitely wants that Gecko. I think it's Gecko. I already forget. But wants that very much. Hopefully better draw distances, and Zarin got goosebumps. Is real excited for that. I probably really should go through, rather restart Legends Arceus. I need to go through I need to go through Sun and Ultra Moon. Then I need to go through Violet. That would take a whole lot of time. I'll say I have time before next year, before Winds and Waves, and then so much time will pass that I won't be able to finish it all so fast. That's just what I feel like. Fel is glad she woke up from her nightmare for this. I hate that you had a nightmare. I am glad that you woke up to see that, but I feel bad that you had a nightmare. That sucks, and you shouldn't have to suffer a nightmare, and I'm sorry that it happened. Understandably, mainline game reveal is the biggest thing, and that just makes a lot of sense. Normal type Pokemon on mobile is big to Real Proto Mike. Why is that? I have no context as to why it's a very big deal that normal type Pokemon on mobile is big. Why is that? And Fel hopes that the new Water Gecko Pokemon starter is better than Sobble. Are you talking about its evolutions or anything like that? I imagine. And there is going to be a lot of time before the game comes out. I definitely think at least over a year. Or if they wanted to be crazy, they could close out the 30th anniversary of Pokemon with the release next year of Pokemon Winds and Waves. Inteleon was not it for Fel. By the Leon part, I'm sure it must have been a chameleon, at least like Kecleon is, but it did not do you any favors. That is valid and okay. What's not okay, though, I'm not overly ready for the Game Blast charity stream to happen today. And I think I do have to actually stop this stream and come back in around 2 hours just so that I'll be ready for the big 12 hours of all this. But I am glad that I did wake up in enough time to share this with you all. That I am glad to do, and clearly a few people are glad that I was able to do it as well. I'm glad I said I would do it and was a man of my word to do so. But this, and the Pokemon Go I've been playing, I really think maybe it's time I try to get back into Pokemon. There's still so many games, and I feel like I'd record those instead of stream them. I don't know, but I'm glad to think that's what I would do, because there's still so many games to share with you all that are modern, and then there are times for retro. There are a number of games I still got to stream outside of events I have going on today, and then next month, and then May. There's Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. It'd take me time to go through as much of natural Donkey Kong Bonanza as I want. if I start thinking about all the different games out there to share with you all, I'm going to overwhelm my brain. I'll remind you instead of what I've got going on. May, there's the Tales of celebration amongst the community of Tales of fans. I'm joining in that this year, or it's my intention, and I would stream Tales of the Abyss. May is easy. Now, I have a very rare and unprecedented day off Sunday. So unless anything happens where I'm actually out in the world on Sunday, more of me kind of wants to expect to share more Steam Next Fest demos with you all. Short of that, my Requiem would actually arrive, and I would be starting to share that with you all. If I don't do it Sunday, it's definitely happening starting Monday. And I won't be streaming Tuesday because of switching schedules with the other baker. That's why I have the Sunday off. But I'm not going to skip any scenes or anything when I rush through Resident Evil Requiem. Because while that's a huge deal for Capcom, the bigger Capcom deal for me is Mega Man. So there will be an uncommon Mega March. And offhand, I realize there are plenty of Mega Man games I can share with you all. But what I'm going to share, I can't enough remember for the life of me, but I'm thinking Mega Man and Base. I'm thinking Mega Man 11. Should I do the Game Boy Mega Man games? I'm honestly thinking there's probably reason for me to do that. I've not gone through them. They're abbreviated versions of various Mega Man games as it is. They wouldn't be super long. So I could do those. Then I could really try to relish Mega Man X Legacy Collection 2, despite Mega Man X7 and Mega Man X8. I'd rather play X6 than those for sure. And I have no reason to think that X5 and X6 would take me an entire stream, unless that stream is a shorter stream than usual. But I imagine, at least with X5 and X6, I could get those done within the same stream if I started with X5 for the first part of a stream. They're not super long. That's all right. Now, what would matter and what my questions would come after. I'm thinking Zero. And I have to think, in past years, I did go through the Mega Man Legends games already, so there's no worry about those. I've already shared those years ago. But I ain't doing Battle Network. Those are way too long for the month. It took me almost a month to go through Battle Network 1 in the first place. And by extension, I also ain't doing its sequel series, the Star Force games. I don't have them yet as it is. But I do have my March generally lined up. And yes, Resident Evil Requiem is going to be a part of my streaming March plans. So anyone who doesn't want to be spoiled and won't be here when I play the game, I understand. You are far more excited for the game than I am, but I can't pull myself away from the prospect of playing it. Not just streaming it for you, but I can't pull myself away from the prospect of playing it for me. I have an actual personal stake in the playing it. I'm not just doing it for you. And I'm glad that I'm not just doing it for you all. It's for us. I am glad about that. But I think now's as good a time as any to sign off and get ready for the bigger 12-hour Game Blast stream I've got planned today. There is definitely going to be Sonic Racing Cross Worlds campaign. If there's any time and availability for you all, there can be racing against you all in that. And whether or not that happens, there will surely be time for more Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Although I'm a little scared. I was recording almost an hour. I was like 55 minutes in a Final Fantasy XI online. I had barely gotten out to a battle zone and summoned a trust minion and beat down a couple of enemies, just big wasps. And my PC didn't crash. I didn't get a blue screen of death, and my PC was not running hot at all. But the game crashed, and my sound went to something built in instead of the monitors, and my OBS stopped recording, and my mic was not set as the input device. I think it was voice mod that crashed as well. So I'm a little scared of streaming Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, but nothing critical happened to my PC. So for that, I'm beyond grateful. Especially given the fact that NVIDIA said the RAM shortage and probably difficulty in getting any graphics cards or what have you is probably going to go at least into 2027. So I'm very grateful to have the graphics card that I have and the PC that I have and built. Nothing critical ailed the tower. I'm lucky for that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do this with you all. Zarn does want to see Requiem played. He likes to watch them, but only Village kept him to completion, which means I'm really glad that I worked up the nerve to just buy the third-person DLC for $10 and go through Village. Maybe you'll get a similar feeling out of Requiem then. I am not going to very much enjoy the generally stealthy parts of Grace, but I get it. And Resident Evil 2 Remake was less action-y than what Leon's going to do here in Requiem. And I will be sharing that with you, and I'm going to be glad to. But let me get off here, get ready for the Game Blast stream, and then there will hopefully be more fun times to be had. I'm a little worried about not getting enough sleep, but I'll do calisthenics, and I'll stretch, and I'll rub my face and eyes with ice and cold water to wake myself up if need be. I have got to download and get some stuff ready for the stream. I have got to. Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Be back here. And hopefully we raise even a little money, because if that happens, then I can run some giveaways for 3 Steam keys. Raido Remastered, The Mystery of the Soulless Army, Shinobi, Art of Vengeance. And before those, especially if we get $20 raised, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, so you can download it, install it, play it for yourself, join in if you don't feel like doing the whole campaign before joining in, before going to Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. So, with all that in mind, I'm still going to tell you to take care of yourself, love yourself, be kind to yourself, forgive yourself, and believe in yourself. If you get knocked down, you don't have to rush up. You can breathe, but don't stay down forever. The world and its infinite possibilities are too impatient for your return. Don't keep them waiting. You're awesome. Pass it on. And until noon Eastern, stay uncommon. I'll be back.